So 2021 was actually a pretty good year for me. I learned a lot and I scaled from the first of the year to like end. So what I estimate to get as revenue for 2022 is try to make close to $1 million. That's my goal.
Close to $1 million.
Close to me. That's my goal. I'm not saying
you're not gonna hit $1 million. You're just gonna do close, like
okay, $1 million. I help them.
There you go. There you go. I trust that life will take me to a better place based on the action I've taken today. Trust the process. What's up, guys? It's Tom here. Welcome to another chilly Wednesday night here in Vancouver, British Columbia. Tonight we have a special guest. Her name is Rio, and she is one of our members from the FBA Masterclass community. And I'm super excited today because she's actually going to share her story of how she went from zero to $50,000 per month in revenue while working a full-time job and everything else. And I just wanted to bring her on, give you guys some motivation, give you guys some inspiration. And I think if there's one thing that you guys can leave this interview with is, if she can do it, I can too. So Rio, thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's get into it. I mean, it's going to be a very, conversational interview. So you don't have to be nervous or anything. But I like the success nutrition facts in the background. I actually had the exact same poster, but just like a way bigger version. But having said that, I want to maybe get you to actually just share a little bit about your background. Like, where were you born? What was it like growing up? What was your family like? Just to get people to know you a little bit first.
Yeah, sure. So happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. It's a nice way to start the new year. So my name is Rio Akiri. Originally from Nigeria. I migrated here like 12 years ago. I came here with my husband and 2 kids. And I had a background in human resources. And that's what I was doing back in Nigeria. So I got here, I tried to get a job with human resources and I couldn't find any. So I decided to go to nursing school. So after nursing school, after working a couple of years, I was like, I just wanted something more. And I was like, I need to, because I had some businesses I had back in Nigeria.
What type of businesses?
It's kind of like a corporate promotion items. I was promoting them. I was actually producing them. And I was doing like from office to office, like stuff like this, like plaques like this.
Yeah.
Pens and towels, like companies want to give them to their customers. And that's what I was doing back then. So so when I got here, I went to nursing school. I was done with that. I started working. I was like, I need something else that could fulfill me. I didn't feel 100% fulfilled. Mm-hmm. So COVID hit. And I was like, this is a perfect time to do something that the community will need. I need to look for a niche or something that COVID brought on, unfortunately, that people are looking for. So I started resourcing or, searching. And a friend of mine actually had her friend that was selling some COVID gear. And she tried to sell it to me. And I was like, if you can sell it, why can't I sell it? So I already knew about Alibaba because I used to buy stuff from them in the past. So I started to do my research and I got like a couple hundred of those materials real cheap. Like I think I spent like $2,000. I got that for $2,000. I shipped it in. I knew I wanted to put it on Amazon, but I didn't know how. So I started selling to like family, to friends, literally like door to door. I was like, hey, do you want this? COVID is here. You're going to protect you and your family and all that. So I made quite a bit of money from that. And then I was like, how do I get it on Amazon? I don't know how this works, but sometimes when you're thinking about something and then you see an ad on your phone, I don't know how that works. Is that
they listen to you? They're always listening to you. You're probably like, one day you're probably in bed talking to your husband. You're like, oh, I wish I know how to sell on Amazon. And then Google just picks it up. And then I'm paying Google like, hey, put Tom Wang's face in front of her. So next time that she goes on her phone, she can see my face. And then I'm talking about Amazon. That's how it works.
And I just actually verbalized it. I didn't really verbalize. I was just thinking about it. And I saw your ad on YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a way I can actually, get this out there. And that's how the whole journey started.
Wow, that's amazing. I want to kind of backtrack. So in Nigeria, just so I understand, you had a family business, or you were just working for a business as a salesperson?
I was working in human resources as a human resource manager in a company, but I had my own personal gig while I was doing that promotion items. So I kind of like got my feet wet in how to manage a business, how to source, how to talk to customers, how to advertise. And I started that like when I was really young, like when I was like 19, and before I got married, when I was 19. And I was doing like both together until the opportunity came to migrate to United States, and that's how we got here.
Why did you guys decide to actually immigrate to United States?
It was actually my husband that won the American Visa Lottery. I don't know if you heard about that.
No. What is it?
Okay,
no.
It's kind of like a lottery process that people apply and they pick, names or numbers or whatever. And if you win, they give you a green card.
Oh, wow.
So my husband won that. And that's how.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it stopped it now.
Interesting. Is that just a Nigerian thing, or is that global everywhere?
I think a lot of countries globally, but most of them have stopped. Yeah.
Got it.
It wasn't just Nigeria. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So can you talk to us a little bit about maybe the immigration process of leaving family, friends, job security, housing behind, and then going to a brand new country essentially? I don't know if you guys have family here or not, friends here or not, but like, was that a scary process for you, or?
The process was scary, but the actual movement wasn't, because I didn't get much of a culture shock, because as a child, I was exposed to a lot of cultures, a lot of ethnicities in like where I went to school. I met a lot of people from everywhere. So that wasn't really a shock. But the fact of dropping everything behind, leaving your job, your house, your family, coming here, that was the scary part. But the good thing about it is that I have family here now. I have my sisters, I have my mom. So it kind of like, it was easier to transition since I knew I had family here as well. So
where are you located right now?
We're in Texas, actually in Fosher. In Texas. Okay. Yes, I was here for 12 years. We haven't gone anywhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, so I guess when you came here, you did nursing school. You're like, that's not cutting it. And then you said you got like a job, right?
Yes, I was actually working as a nurse. I was working as an ICU nurse.
Okay.
Yes,
ICU nurse.
Yes, for like almost 8 years.
Oh, wow.
And I just felt there was something else that I needed to do. I wasn't sure what it was, but I was like, life has to have something else. It has to be something else out there.
Right. Yeah. Were you doing nursing when COVID hit, or?
Actually, I started my Amazon journey when COVID hit. In 2020. That's exactly when I started.
And were you doing nursing as well at the same time?
Yes, I was. I was working in ICU then.
So so let me get this right. So you were working as an ICU nurse while this, at the very beginning of COVID, we didn't know what was like. I remember just like, I had friends who are very irrational human beings, and they were like, Tom, let's go to the grocery store. Let's go buy some canned food because we don't know what this thing could be. So You're telling me that you started your Amazon FBA journey while you were a nurse working in ICU. So you're juggling both things at the same time while being a mother and wife.
A wife and whatever. Exactly. And when I saw the impact of COVID, how like patients were dying, and it was a very sad time. And I just get out of there for a while, and just, that one geared me up more to, leave nursing.
So someone actually has this really similar story. Her name is Jenny. She's also part of the FBA Masterclass community. And she was actually a very, very similar story as you, where she found Amazon FBA during COVID. And she started her journey during COVID as well. But I love to kind of pick your brain and kind of go into your head. It's like, I'm trying to picture myself, right? As a nurse, ICU, stress, like fear, just absolute fear. Can I bring this? Can I get COVID? Can I bring this back to my family who's going to get COVID? But it seems like you were able to do your job. And when you came home, you're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to build my Amazon business now. Like what, how did you do that?
Yeah, because I think it was a little easier for me because I was a nurse for at least 5 years before COVID hit. So I was kind of used to like the whole sick patients, take care of like very critical patients that were like at the last end of their life. I was used to that. So once COVID hit and I saw that out of 5 patients or so I see in a day, 4 of them die.
Jeez.
And that was too much for me. So
And did you feel like seeing people die, and then not a lot of people get to see people die, but do you feel like part of you is like, hey, life is really, really freaking short, and one day I could be on that bed, and I don't want to have regrets in my life.
Exactly. So what I learned from COVID was that life is really short, like you said, and whatever you want to do that's going to make you happy, do it right now, because you don't know how long you have. You're not sure. No one is promised tomorrow. So I need to do something that's going to make me want to get out of bed. It's not like I wasn't satisfied with nursing, but I didn't feel I met my full potential with it. And that's why I decided to do something else.
Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people, join the course as well, right? Like, not saying everybody hates their job, everybody hates their boss, everybody hates their life. That's not what I say. It's like, hey, I'm pretty content with what I'm doing, but like, I think there's something more, right? I don't think I can do this for the rest of my life. There's got to be something that I can add in. So you were thinking about selling on Amazon, and obviously you got the entrepreneurial drive. And then you saw my YouTube ad. Talk to us about the moment that you saw my face, where you're just like, who the hell is this Chinese guy like trying to sell me some Amazon scam? Like what's going on here? Like what? Yeah, talk to us about that.
Yeah, sure. So when I started doing like the door-to-door sales for my COVID gear, I used to ask my husband, I'm like, there has to be someone somewhere that can teach me how to get to Amazon. There has to be. I kept asking him, I'm like, I need to research and find it. So when your stuff popped up on my phone and I saw it, I'm like, I was actually blown away. I'm like, so this actually exists. I didn't know it existed. I know people like you existed. So I was really excited, but I didn't go ahead and just register with you right away. I did a little research and I checked other people that offer this, exactly what you offer. Right. And actually most of them were cheaper. But the reason why I chose to do with you was that I like that one-on-one interaction, that we had that, opportunity to ask you questions, like come for this Wednesday meetings and have like a possible coach. And I like the whole idea they had a Facebook page. You could get information from there. So that's why I decided to go with you, even if you were more expensive than the other classes I saw. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I think one of the lessons that I've learned, surely in my life, as well as entrepreneurial journey, I'm not sure about you guys, but like, sometimes it's worth paying more to get something quality than paying, like, for example, I'll give you a really silly example. Like, you can go to H&M and buy a shirt for like $18.99.
Right.
That shirt, the second you throw in the dryer and the washer, it's gone. You're never, ever going to be able to wear that shirt ever again. The same thing, you go to Lululemon and you buy a t-shirt for $80, right? But that t-shirt will last you for years. Like, I love Lululemon. Their quality is so good. Exactly. So for me nowadays, I'm like, I'd rather buy less things, but quality, than like buy a lot of things and it's garbage and I have to throw this one out, return that one, so on and so forth.
Exactly. You get what you pay for. And I think whatever I paid to you, I got what I paid for.
Yeah, absolutely. This video is sponsored by The Simple Path to Amazon Wealth. Have you noticed everything costs more these days compared to a few years ago? Well, that's called inflation. And because of all the money printing the government is doing, the price of everything will just keep going up, up, and up. And sadly, most people will never outrun inflation. The only predictable way you can beat inflation is to start your own business. You can start any business you like, but being the Amazon guy, I have to say Amazon is one of the best businesses to run. If you want to know everything you need to build an Amazon business from scratch, then check out my new book linked below. You'll learn more in this book than most online courses and videos online. So, okay, you got the course. I'm curious to know kind of about your husband in this whole thing. Like, was he supportive? Was he like, don't do, like, that guy doesn't look trustworthy. Like, why are you watching this guy explaining Amazon? Like, there's so much free information on YouTube. What was that like?
He actually wasn't like that, because naturally he's a very skeptical person. It was like, are you sure is going to give you what you pay for? Are you sure it's not a scam? I was like, no. But right now he's actually very, very supportive. He's like my big support system now. So we kind of work the business together. He's actually my partner, but it's more on the silent side. Yeah. So I do most of it, like the basic running, the advertising, PPC. I do all that, but he's there. And honestly, without him, I don't think I'll be, at this point where I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm a big risk taker. He's not. So he kind of stops me when I try to like go overboard. He's like my little chat and like, hey, slow down.
No, it's always good to like have that number one support system. Number two, that voice, like a second opinion. You know what I mean?
Right,
Sometimes whatever we're about to do, we think like, oh, this must be the right way. This must be the only way. And it's like, hey, like it's not the only way. Or did you think about this possibility? Did you think about that possibility? So I think having someone to just, and then obviously like if it's your partner in life, you trust them, right? It's like you can tell them anything. You don't have to think like, oh, like they're gonna steal my money and stuff like that. So yeah, I think a lesson. Yeah, I think a lesson for everybody. I think a lesson for everybody to be learned is like I truly support every single one of you to try to get a business partner if you can. Like truly. Yes. I met my current business partner over a dinner, like a random dinner. Christina, my fiance, was my business partner for Sadara Skincare. So maybe it's your partner, maybe it's your partner in life, maybe it's your friend that you always have ideas and sharing ideas with. Like that's a perfect partner for you guys. But with partnerships, I will say it's not all sunshine and rainbow. It's like, a lot of things could go wrong, but there's also a lot of benefits as well. So, okay. So talk to us about, you took the course, you purchased it, made a big investment. You're pumped up, you're hyped. Talk to us about day one from the course. Did you start watching everything? Did you were you overwhelmed? Like what's going on?
So because I had a little experience, because I started my, the COVID gear, I started door to door. Then before I started with your class, I even heard about your class. I just went into Amazon.com, the Seller Central, and stumbled my way through, trying to register for an account, try to get my business name. I did all of that before I found you. So once I purchased your course, I already knew the first 3 modules that I already figured out on my own. So I just reviewed it real quick and just jumped to the 4th module. So the thing that I really learned from you that I had no idea was PPC, because that thing freaked me out at the beginning, but that's where I really delved into, and I learned a lot from that. But most of the introductory part, I got it already.
So did you already have a product?
I did.
You did already have a product. So
I did have a product, but it was FBM. It was not FBA.
Right. So is that the product you're still selling today?
No, the FBM product, like I said, I invested $2,000. Was that?
It was the COVID gears. Yeah.
Right. So I invested $2,000 from that, and my proceeds from that was maybe $12,000, and I used that to get my first product, which is the home and kitchen. And after that, I got 2 extra products in janitorial stuff, and so it was actually the 2,000 that
kickstarted everything.
Exactly.
Right. So I guess if I can rephrase another way, it is possible to start an Amazon FBA business with $2,000.
It is. But the caveat there is that if you don't have a 9-to-5 job, it's going to be difficult, because whatever proceeds you get from that initial investment, you need to pay your bills and pay your rent. You need to have that good, solid 9-to-5 job you can rely on, at least for a while.
Yeah.
So you can put everything back in your business.
Exactly. So with Amazon FBA business, especially if you want to grow it, you have to reinvest into inventory. You need to reinvest into most of it has to be reinvested back to inventory, and you need to grow your business before you can pay yourself. So, cool. So I guess at the very beginning, what were some of the challenges? What were some of the struggles? I'm sure that, again, you being a nurse, you were tired. How did you manage your time, by the way? What was your shift at the hospital? And then when did you finally found the time to actually sit down in front of a computer, because you have kids and stuff like that as well?
Because I was lucky that I worked the night shift. And the reason why I say I was lucky was that it is quieter at night. You don't have as much activity. So anytime I have a little downtime, I go on my phone, I watch your videos, I, try to research on Alibaba, trying to get suppliers. So I had a lot of downtime, my 12 hours. So when I got home and I have an extra 1 or 2 hours, I try to catch up where I stopped at night. So that really helped as well. I'm sure if I was working day shift, it wouldn't have been that easy. No.
Interesting. So how many hours a day would you say you were kind of putting
into Amazon?
Yeah.
At least 6 hours, at least.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. I hit it really hard.
Right. You were just motivated. You just wanted to do it, right?
Yeah, I want to do it. I was like, this is going to be the answer to all my pending questions, and it's going to get me satisfied. I'm like, I got to do it.
Yeah. And I think guys, a lot of people say, I don't have the time. Everybody have 24 hours in a day. I don't care who you are in this world. Find me a person with 26 hours. I will give you every single thing I have in my life to you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It doesn't exist. So everybody have 24 hours in a day. And when you say I'm too busy, that just means you're bad at managing your time. And I think another thing is when your reason to succeed outweighs your excuses, that's when you will find the time. Like, like driving to work, coming back from work, whatever it might be, you will find the time if it's really, really important to you. Right.
Right. And so, I see a question. Yeah. I just coming over here. I see a question from Paul saying that why did I start with FBA first? I had no idea what FBA was when I started. I didn't know that. I knew that there was a way that Amazon could package your items for you and sell it and ship it. I knew, but I was like, I didn't know what else called. So when I registered my Amazon account, the only option I saw in there was to ship from my garage. And that's how it started. I was like, I met you. I was like, oh, I could do much easier than this. Right. And I think there's something to be said about what you just said as well. I just want to kind of like sit on that for a second. It's like, you don't need to know everything about anything before you actually get started. Exactly.
Like you just have to figure it along the way. And I think so many people have the fear of not being able to start because they're like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Like, what is this? What is that? Like some people ask me questions about taxes. I'm like, oh, like how much revenue are you doing? They're like, oh, no, I haven't started my Amazon business yet. I'm like, you don't need to, ma'am. The IRS is not going to come after you if you made $0 in your Amazon FBA business. Like they have bigger whales to catch. You don't have to worry about taxes. Exactly. Like that's the last thing you need to be worrying about. Literally the last thing. So just guess like your first question is like, how do I sign up for an Amazon Seller Central account? That should be your number one question.
Exactly. I do have a little plaque in my office here that says everything is figure outable, or I don't say that. Like you can figure anything out. So you don't have to have all the answers. I'm like, when I started with FBA, I didn't have all the answers. I kept making mistakes, stumbling, falling, getting back up, learning again, and regrouping. And I still do that till now. I still make mistakes. I still don't have all the answers.
Everybody makes mistakes. And I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Like all the great entrepreneurs, they embrace failure. There's a great quote by Jeff Bezos that says, he's like, people are asking him, the reporter was asking him like, hey, what keeps you up at night? Right. Mm-hmm. And then Jeff Bezos said, like once I quit Amazon, so he's no longer with Amazon. He's like, I really want my employees to fail. The day that they stop failing, it's a day that I will not be able to sleep well at night. And someone's like, hey, like, why is that? He's like, well, because if you stop failing, that means you stop trying new things. Because if it's an experiment and you know the outcome is going to be a positive outcome, that is no longer called an experiment. Right. Like the whole point of an experiment is you don't know the outcome. It could be good and neutral or bad. Right. So he wants his employees to take as many experiments as possible so that we'll embrace failure, because that means at least we're trying something new. So I absolutely love that. In terms of, my next question to you, I guess, would be, what are some tips that you can kind of give to folks who are kind of watching you? They're like, wow, like she's doing, 50 grand a month. Like, what are some tips you can give me? What are some advice you can give me? I think we talked a lot about, mindset things, but what are some like maybe more tactical things that you can recommend in terms of maybe like product selection or lessons you learned along the journey?
Okay. So my general advice is kind of like a general umbrella advice is that once you get, for example, 50% of knowledge of Amazon FBA, try to get people on your team that are smarter than you. That was my number one thing that actually made me, I don't want to say fully successful, but, my way to success. I got people on my team to handle my PPC campaigns, to handle my advertising, my external advertising that knew more than I did. Mm-hmm. So once I brought them on my team, that helped me. So that's like my general advice. But concerning everything else, like product research and all that, I believe that product research is like where you should spend your majority of your time on, because that could either make or break you. You select the wrong products, you're pretty much screwed. So what I did for my first FBA FBA product was that I went into a niche that a lot of suppliers or sellers had the exact same offering. They were selling this product with this accessory, the same thing. So try to look for something that you can add to that. Go to because when I search my competitors, I go to the negative reviews, I go to their the 1 out of 5s, and I see what people are saying. So people are like, oh, this doesn't work this way because of that. I add that to my product. Or I wish it had this extra accessory. I add that. So what I did with my first product was that I added so much features to it that I became one of the top sellers in that category, even if my price was double what everyone else sold it. But
you had less reviews as well, I assume.
Right, exactly. And I was still making pretty good money when I was like double or whatever else. So because I answered the question that people wanted, or I met the need that they wanted. So those are like major advice. Yeah.
Ultimately, like it sounds so simple, but ultimately that's the reason why we buy products is like, and again, I want to drill this idea into everybody's heads this year is I think in 2022 going forward, the most critical step of your Amazon FBA journey, and I want everybody on this call, there's 180 of you on this call to really pay attention to what I'm about to say. This is really like the most important thing. You cannot launch a product that is the same as everybody else on Amazon. Okay. If someone types in vitamin C serum or cell phone case or janitorial accessories or whatever it might be, you cannot just launch, like put your product in among the sea of competition and ask yourself, like, does my product stand out? If the answer is no, don't launch the product. Now, the question is, okay, well, how can I stand out? People buy products based on they have a desire in their life, that they have a problem that they want to fix, right? They have a desire like, hey, if I bought this could fix my life. It could make my life better or fix my problem, whatever it might be. The best place for you to generate some ideas to improve your products, 2 sections. Number 1 is the negative review section. People bought your competitors' products. They hated it about a certain thing. Go in there to see what the commonality is and then get things out of there, exactly what Rio did, and improve upon the product. Number 2 is the frequently asked question section on Amazon. You can go in there and see what questions people are asking. And number 3, and I think this is the most important thing, is like you need to become a user of the product yourself. Okay. Because if you're actually a user of the product yourself, it's so much easier for you to just know if your product is good or not. Like that's the simplest way to put it. Right? You're already a user of the product. And you use like another product. I'll give you guys a very quick story again. Okay. The second product I ever launched was a silicone makeup sponge. And I think many of you heard the story many times, but I got some samples from Alibaba at like $1 a piece. I brought it to my work at Yellow Pages. I gave it to some girls at my work because it's a makeup sponge. I'm like, hey girls, I'm trying to launch this product on Amazon. Can you take this home and use it and let me know how it goes for you? So user feedback. They took it home. 4 out of 5 says, this is crap. I will never, ever buy this. At that point, I should have known to not launch the product. Why? Because the target market who are buying this product hates the product. If 4 out of 5 people hates the product, how many other people would hate this product also? But I was naive and I was blinded by the revenue on Amazon, and I launched it anyway. And it was the worst product that we ever launched, because by the time we launched it, it was a fad. People caught up to it. This is just a gimmick. People hated it. So before you launch your product, I would highly recommend for you to get some samples, give these samples of your product to users of the product. So if you're trying to launch like a dog leash, give it to 5 people who have dogs. If you don't have a dog, you have no business in like knowing if this product is actually a good product or a bad product, because your opinion doesn't matter. The only opinion that matters is your customer's opinion, because they're the ones who are actually be paying you and giving you money for your product. Right. So I think I said a lot of things there, but really, I think the big idea here is you are selling product to real people and no one wants to buy a bad product. Everybody wants to get a good product. And you really need to think from a customer's perspective, do customer research about what people want and desire, and then sell it to them. Right. So anyway, I'm curious to know as well, like where do you see your business going in the next few years? Are you, like talk to us about kind of the plan. I think right now is still the very beginning of your Amazon FBA journey. I'm sure it's giving you confidence. You're like, wow, this actually works. What's your plan going forward? Yeah. So 2021 was actually a pretty good year for me. I learned a lot, and I scaled from the first of the year to like end. So what I estimate to get as revenue for 2022 is try to make close to $1 million. That's my goal. Close to $1 million. Close to me. That's my goal. I'm not saying you're not gonna hit $1 million. You're just gonna do close. Like okay, $1 million. I'm gonna help. There you go. There you go. So that's my like short-term goal, and my long-term goal in the next couple of years is to get into like 10 marketplaces and launch like an extra 3 or 4 more new products. But I don't want to be only on Amazon and just be like an Amazon girl or an Amazon person. I want to open other businesses as well. I'll go into real estate and open up a nursing school, because I started, right now I'm just running up my master's in nursing education. So I have a couple of nursing schools too. Yes. You're busy. I am busy. Yeah, I think what you could do, the plan is use Amazon as the vehicle to achieve other parts of your life. You know, like not everybody wants to be an Amazon seller for the rest of their life, but I think scaling your business to $1 million, that's great. I think launching more products, that's great. Getting your product into more marketplaces, definitely like Europe, Canada, etc. And building like maybe a brand around your products could be beneficial. And then in a couple of years, you can actually sell your Amazon FBA business like the way I did. Right. And that's the day that you have a brand. I actually do have a brand already. Yeah. And exciting news for everybody. I'm not sure if all of you saw the post that I made, but like we recently met someone who helped several beauty brands to go from like 10 million to like over 50 or $100 million in sales, not even on Amazon, off of Amazon. So his skill sets are like things off of Amazon. And he's actually joining our community as a coach, and he's going to teach you how to build a real brand from a customer's perspective, TikTok, Google, Facebook, website. So for me, it's like, I'm really excited because I want to learn all those things as well. I'm just an Amazon guy, but now we actually have someone who's like capable and who's really, really smart at doing that. And this is coming up. I need to attend that class. No, we're dropping the videos probably this weekend. We're filming a bunch right now, but you're gonna love it because I went through some of the videos myself. I'm like, wow, like. Oh, wow. That's great. That's great. Yeah. And just to throw this in, when I started the first time, I was very heavy on PPC, and I realized that it's very expensive. Like if you don't be careful with your margins, PPC could literally take everything from you. So right now I'm trying to get outside, relying less on PPC and more on external traffic, Google Ads, TikTok influencers, every stuff outside Amazon, because they're actually cheaper and you get a lot more sales. Yeah, absolutely. I think PPC is still important, but like I always say, it's the 10% rule. Never spend more than 10% of your revenue on PPC. So if you're doing 50 grand a month, you should not spend more than $5,000 on PPC. Right. That's still spend money on PPC, because PPC, if you can spend $1 and generate $2, why the hell not? Right. Right. But you got to be able to make sure that you're capping it off around that percent. Exactly. And then someone says, Lisa asks, would you say don't worry about a brand at first? That's what I'm getting tripped on. So look, there's a million ways to do things. And it all depends on kind of like what your comfort level is. But I really think that if you're a little bit comfortable, if you're confident, build a brand first, right? Like build a brand from day one so that you can really stand behind the brand and launch the product. But I say, if you are not so confident, maybe this is your first business, you're scared, you're low risk, like launch 50 units and learn the game first. Like it could be anything. It could be like freaking, I don't know, like this thing, right? Like the sand clock, like whatever, like launch it on Amazon to learn the game first. But the ultimate goal is to build a brand. Like, I don't want you to sell, like some like random things, and you can't build a brand. It's really hard. But there's never one way to reach a destination. I think everybody's story is a little bit different, especially with Rio. Like, you already have, some business experience, and plus, like, you're a hustler. Like, you do door-to-door stuff. Like, anybody who can do door-to-door stuff is like my people.
With COVID, with my mask and my shield, I'm like, you want to buy this?
Yeah, it's like, we're like, you're my, like, we're in the same tribe in terms of like your hustle and your drive. Cause like, it takes a very, very special person to go knock on a stranger's door and like sell them something. That's right. Like, yeah, that's quite incredible. So, Paul also asks, how do you feel about bundling something to your primary product to stand out from the competition? That's one way to differentiate, definitely. But whatever you're bundling, that's what you did, right, Rio? Right. Can you share a little bit about, I mean, you kind of did already, but like, is there any other tips that you can give to people, or just read the negative reviews?
I wrote some notes down so I don't forget. So let me look at real quick. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So some of the stuff is, sorry, I got a lot of papers here.
You're good.
Let's see. So, how you talk about failure, like when you start a business, you have to like expect to fail because there's a high possibility you will, and that's just a reality. And don't be afraid to fail. Like, get into something and don't try to invest, like Tom just said, don't try to invest so much money upfront on a product. For example, just start like with 50 units or like a couple, like $1,000 or something. Don't go too high or too hard on it. So in case you fail, it's not such a huge blow.
Yeah.
So start small and, just even if money, use that experience to, use in the future. That's one of the thoughts. And also resilience, because I realize that Amazon could break your spirit if you're not resilient. Like, you could see a lot of challenges and you sometimes want to give up. You're like, either your competitors are after you, or for some reason you're getting like bad reviews and it's just from your competitors. So it's easy to like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. But you have to make sure that you're resilient, and no matter what happens, stick in there and you make it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I think that goes to, that's really entrepreneurship at its like, it's resiliency, resourcefulness, and the drive to keep going when things are hard. So cool. Well, look, I really appreciate your time, Rio. I think everybody else as well. And I can't wait for you to hit $1 million this year. I think that's going to be a really cool, we're going to have to give you like a $1 million club trophy. I think that'll be
so good to replace this.
Yeah, that'll be a very unique plaque. But if everybody can give a hand to Rio for taking the time and sharing her experience with us, and she's part of the community. She took the same class as you. She's an immigrant from the country. She works as a nurse at in ICU. It's a very stressful job. It's definitely not easy. And again, what I said at the very beginning is, if there's one thing that maybe you guys can take out of the conversation, is this. It's like, if she can do it, I can too. Right. So that's really that's it. So anyways, guys, I think I'm cutting out or something, or maybe you are, I'm not too sure, but Zoom is acting up. But I really appreciate your time, Rio. Yeah. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. I will see you guys all next Wednesday. For now. By the way, guys, we're starting a book club. So that's something I'm really excited about, because I want to read more books this year. I'm just like, you know what? Like, if I'm telling people to read a book and start a book club, I have to read this book as well. So it's like my way of just pressuring myself. But the first book that we're going to do, guys, is Atomic Habits. Okay? Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits. So this is the first book this month. What we're going to do is we're going to read this book, and we are probably going to set up a call at the end of January or early February to hop on a 30-minute call with everybody. And we can all just share one thing that we got out of the book that we found the most impacted. Okay. So yeah, it's all about learning. It's not just like, oh, I'm taking Tom's Amazon FBA course. Guys, like I'm a sponge for knowledge. I learn, I listen, I read, I watch. You got to have that curiosity. You got to have that drive. Just like I'm willing to learn as much as possible, and I'm willing to make a fool out of myself at it. I'm willing to accept that I don't know anything, but I'm willing to learn and I can be better. And that's the mindset that you guys got to have. So it's very hard to teach that mindset to someone. I think part of it has to come within, but I also believe that the book Atomic Habits will be actually able to, for you to recognize maybe like, oh, I am capable, but I was doing this small thing wrong, right? So anyways, guys, post the rest of your questions in the Facebook group. That's what it's for, okay? But for now, good to see everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And I will see you guys next week. Bye now.